Welcome back to Tahoe Tonight. If you live in the Tahoe Basin, you want to listen to this next story. Madonna Dunbar's here from the Incline Village General Improvement District, and we're talking about Hungry the Bear. If you saw this little fuzzy thing right here, you're probably wondering what it's doing there. But Madonna's going to tell us about the bears and what to watch for in our beautiful basin.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Even though it's winter and we've finally got our great snow and it's gotten cold, the bears are still out and about. And the reason why they're out and about is because they can still get a hold of garbage, which has become one of the main food sources for bears that live in the Tahoe Basin, unfortunately.
We basically think that bears hibernate in the winter, but not the case. Because if there's food, they don't sleep.
Yeah, if there's a food source, they are not going to enter their normal state of hibernation. They might go and lay down for a day or two, but as soon as the weather's nice, they'll be up and about. They're living under houses right now. They're living under sheds and the wild bear is still living in a tree, but our urban bears have some new tricks, including getting at the garbage that's pretty much available year-round until we really lock it up.
And including walking across the slopes at Heavenly. Did you see that national news
did.
Story? So these bears are out and about. Just last week, they saw the bears just right across the ski slopes with the skiers coming down, and they're wanting food.
They're wanting food. Our drought that we've been having the last couple of years has made it hard for them to put on enough calories in the fall. Mm-hmm. And with the accessibility of trash and people also leaving food in their garage or in their cars that's accessible, it's a real challenge for them to actually kind of live their normal life as a bear.
Do we have consensus on how many bears are in the basin? Do we keep track?
There's not consensus. On the Nevada side, there's anywhere from 3 to 700, 600 bears living in the state in Nevada. Mm-hmm. California has about 25,000. Mm-hmm. We probably have about 200 bears living in the basin on both sides of the state line.
So what to do? When you think about locking your trash in the summer, winter is the same thing?
Winter is the same thing. Our Board of Trustees for Incline Village are looking at a final vote on March 12th for potentially mandating this type of locking trash can for curbside. They're about $200. You put the garbage in, you can see there's a trigger on the front, and the bears cannot open it. You need a finger to open it. We're also looking at some enhancements, making our dumpsters easier for people to use, as well as being very resistant against the bears. Mm-hmm. And trying to incentivize people putting in those metal bear boxes. Those are really the best solution. You get the garbage away from your house. It's not in your garage. It's not on the back deck. And those metal bear boxes are just kind of a garbage vault. And it's a really good investment. And I've known people who, 20 years ago, they didn't have bear issues, but the bears are changing. They're getting smarter.
And aggressive.
They get aggressive to a level, but thankfully nobody's been hurt. And we have people, our media reader for Public Works found a bear under a crawl space the other day, looking at a water problem. And the bear just kind of looked at him and was like, "What are you doing here?" Thankfully, he was very bear smart and knew, not to get in the way of the bear. But thankfully, nobody's been hurt. But it does come down to a public safety issue. That's why the bears get euthanized when they're too comfortable around people.
We don't want to talk about the euthanized.
No, well, it's the reality of it, though.
It is. Listen, I had friends, a bear, they live in the Cave Rock area. The bear came in their kitchen and was stuck. Halfway in the kitchen and halfway his big butt was out the back, and they had to help push it out. It was crazy.
You don't want that happening. It's much easier to just get the garbage away from your house,
and then the way you want to wake up.
Then the bear's not as interested in your house.
No, it's pretty bad. So, as far as what to do in the wintertime, is there a website or people can go to get more information?
We've got a lot of information on our ivgid.org website. Mm-hmm. And the other great resource in the Tahoe Basin for both people in Nevada and California is the Bear League. And they have got a lot of information, and they have a 24-hour trash hotline. Excuse me, we have a 24-hour trash hotline. They have a 24-hour hotline that you can call, even if you just don't know what's going on and you need somebody to answer your questions or possibly give you a hand if you have a bear under your house.
So if I have a bear under my house, do I call the sheriff? If I don't know the number,
I would call the Bear League first. And their number is 530-525-PAWS. Mm-hmm. They're a nonprofit supported by volunteers, and they will come and give you some options first. Mm-hmm. If you have a bear in your house and it's a safety threat, you should call 911.
Thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate you being here.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're watching Tahoe Tonight. We'll be back with more great guests coming up right after this.